my beautiful people, Julianne here from Julianne and Art. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. If you are new, I would love it if you consider subscribing. I'd love to have you stick around. I'm going to preface this video. Oh, well, first I'll tell you this is going to be a little book outlet haul. But before we get into that, I'm just going to say I am kind of bulk filming a couple videos here. And so I'm not sure what order they're going to be released in, but I am going to be putting out a little color and chat video that kind of explains my absence for the last month. So if you are interested, keep your eye out for that video. I'm not sure if it's going to be color and chat or weekend whip or what, but it'll be out in the next couple of days, and I'm not sure if it's going to be out before or after this video. So yeah, if you're interested in my life update and why I haven't been active for the last month or so, then yeah, keep your eye out for that video. So back to this video, it is a book outlet haul. So I think it is 2 orders that I've gotten in the last month or so from Book Outlet. And so I'm going to show you what I got. I have basically already put everything into my collection. So they're mixed up, so they're not separated by which order is which. But I do have some kind of creepy books. So I may do a separate video from that, or I think I'm going to do a separate video for them, just so that if you're not interested, you can just watch this video and not have to worry about them. And then those who want to watch the gory stuff can see that. So I'm going to set these aside, and I'm gonna not do complete flip throughs, but just show you what I got and a little bit of a quick flip of them. So the first is this classic coloring Alice in Wonderland with the 55 removable coloring plates. So this is small. What do I have to compare? Just so that you can compare the size. Like here's a Lulu Mayo type book. I'm gonna zoom you back out. Sorry about the zooming. So it is smaller than a Lulu Mayo book. I'd like to get one of those, you know, those desk mats that have the grids and the measurements. I think that would be good. At the moment, this is just a big piece of poster board I got at the dollar store. But so anyway, yeah, so we have this Alice in Wonderland coloring plates that are basically, it's pretty thick. I don't know if I'd quite call them cardstock, but maybe pretty close to cardstock. And so it's 55 pages, and it's got the I'm so sorry about all the zooming in and out. I think at the very least I need to replace this poster board because I can't see against the white. But it has this kind of thing where they're glue bound in the stack against the hard cardboard here. And then it's the pages, and it looks like the actual art from the original Lewis Carroll book. So I'm not sure, what does it say? Illustrator John Tenniel, which I believe is the original illustrations. Yeah. Jeez Louise. So, I think that'll be fun. The way that the art is, like, I think they're a little bit weird to color in, but I also think it would be fun to kind of have a little bit of a vintage look in it. And the really black line heavy style reminds me, now not the art style, and I know it's like comparing like, yeah, apples to watermelons kind of thing, but reminds me a little bit of Karolina Kubikowska, just the heavy black line, and her stuff looks really cool with watercolor. So I thought it would be fun to try maybe some watercolor looking stuff in some of these. So the art and then the words on the back page, I believe, go with, because the pages are made to be removable. So like the lobster quadrille, here's the words from the book about the lobster. So the words on the back go with the page on the front of it, not the facing page, but that's because they're all removable. So yeah, I think that'll be fun. I think they're all going to come apart really, really fast. So maybe I'll look into getting one of those albums that holds them. It looks like it's probably a 5x7 size. And then next we have Dimensions by Francois Gaucher. I also do have his dark art coloring book, but I'll show that in the horror portion of the video. The next upcoming video, that will be the horror one. I'm definitely a little bit out of practice of talking to the camera because I haven't done it for a month. And I was only just getting the hang of it too. So this is his 3D coloring book. I know there's two different covers. It's the same stuff inside, so you don't need to get both. If you have one, you have both. So yeah, I've been wanting this one for a while. I kept having it in my cart, and then I would take it out because I only ever want to just make my free shipping. So I'd always remove it because I tend to prioritize getting the mythographics. So yeah, I finally got it. Candice of Happy Catastrophe. She's always shows her stuff in this book. And it just looks like so much fun and also easy to make it look really cool. So I look forward to coloring in this. Some of them, like the space ones, I think are really cool. Some of them are a little bit more but I could still see myself coloring. Like this one doesn't really interest me. This one I think is really cool. But I can see myself coloring everything. Even the just kind of mandala ones, I could still see myself coloring. Just to see how they all look in the 3D, and just for the fun of it. Paper's decent. So yeah, that is Dimensions by Francois Gaucher. And then we're going to do this one because it is the next size up. And I will try to not have to zoom as much as possible. So I think I showed you this one in my October plans video, which I haven't touched for October because it wasn't really part of my plans. It was just to share with you my plan for a project book. But I'm actually going to be getting to it in November is the actual plan. But it is the Cosmic Slumber Tarot Coloring Book by Tilly Walden, and it's really, really cool. It has, it's the same publisher. Who's the publisher? I don't know if it says on the back, but it's the same publisher as the Modern Witch Tarot that Candice, Happy Catastrophe, uses for her Color the Tarot hashtag. So I guess Sterling Ethos, imprint of Sterling Publishing. So the art is very cool, and it has for each card, it has the introduction of how to use it. It has these really, really beautiful double page spreads. And then it has the information about the Fool, or like the card, and then the coloring the card, and then your reflections about that card, and then this mandala type thing that uses the art of the card in a mandala that I assume you're basically kind of supposed to color as you meditate And my thinking for these pages is that I would like to do them as it's kind of art journaling. So maybe use some collage, or maybe use some different medias, but to kind of, yeah, really to art journal with these pages, because I think it'll be just fun part of the whole process. Like, I want to do the reflections, I want to do the introspection. And so I think art journaling as I meditate on it, as opposed to just the coloring, would be fun. So that's my plan. It has all of the major arcana as well as all of the so after the final cards we have the Judgment, and then we have oh no, okay, the Universe. Okay, and then we have the Morning, which is not actually a card, but it's been done as a card. And then we have the Night as a card as well. And then we have about the minor arcana, another beautiful double page spread. And then all of the minor arcana cards still get a full page. So yeah, this is going to be a project book going forward that I'm going to be doing with Jenna of the Fiction Kitten on Instagram. And there's quite a few of these double page spreads. I'm really loving the art in this one. I was really excited to get it, and I feel like it was an absolute steal getting it on book outlet. And it even has the pretty ribbon bookmark, which I think is just a fun little added touch. So that is Cosmic Slumber by Tilly Walden. And then we have this one, which is, was I way out here? I don't know. Anyway, this one is Harness the Healing Power of Crystals, illustrated by Kate O'Hara. And I think I saw somebody, and I don't remember who, and I apologize. I don't remember who it was, but all of it might have been Amie Ward art, and it might have been coloring with Claire, and those are the two that I'm sticking in my mind about it. But on the back we have all of the different crystals, and then we have the art for the crystals, and then the description on the facing page. And so yeah, I really like this one. I think most of the art is quite beautiful. It's got really thick line work. But I think sometimes thick line work works. So yeah, I look forward to coloring in this one. I think it's one that I had considered for a while. I wouldn't pay full price for it, but I'm happy to pay book outlet price for it. Not that it's not worthy of full price for, but my budget doesn't really allow for full price books. Here's it by Harvest Books, which I don't know. I feel like there's quite a few books that have this kind of style with the picture and then the description. But I like how it's quite a thorough description of the crystal. And I'm into crystals, so I think it's cool. Then we have Color Me Texas. And for those who don't know, my partner, his dad lives in Texas, and so we've been there a few times. And even though he lives just north of Houston, so a lot of the types of scenery that are typical of Texas aren't scenery that we have seen, but a lot of it is. And so I just thought it was really cool. So yeah, it's all single-sided. This is my first of the Color Me series. I definitely want to get the National Parks one. I don't know if there's an actual flip through online of this, so I might do a flip through just so that there is one on the internets, because I know when people, I like to see a flip through. I really don't like to buy a book without having seen a flip through. There's lots of landscape images in this one, but there's lots of really cool pages, and Some are a little bit more like this one with the belt buckles, but I think they'd still be fun to color. So yeah, lots of fun pages in here, and just because Texas kind of holds a dear place in my heart, that I wanted it anyway. And oh my god, we saw so many armadillos there. So yeah, I think it's a fun book. I look forward to coloring in it. I'm curious about the paper in that book. It feels like it feels kind of equivalent to like a Creative Haven type book. So I'm not sure. And then we have the Green Witch's coloring book, and I had been on the fence about this book for quite a while. And I think it was Kate, I think her name is Kate, and her YouTube channel is Mahonia Colors, and she had ordered this book. And so I was inspired to get the book when I saw that she ordered it, because the art is really beautiful, and I was intimidated by it. So it's the Green Witch's coloring book. The illustrations are by Sarah Richard. The book itself, the words, is Aaron Murphy Hiscock, who wrote The Green Witch. And so it's got a lot of these kind of pages that have the words, but the images themselves, like, they're so detailed. Like, so detailed, so beautiful. They've got ones for all the elements, and lots of well, I mean, it's green witch, right? So lots of herbal things and flowers and kind of kitchen witch stuff, which I think is super cool. And of course our crystals. And so Kate and I, oh, and then we have our seasons. So Kate and I are actually doing a buddy color in here for October. So here's a little sneak peek. This is Inktense, so I'll be activating it, activating the Inktense and seeing how we do with it, see what happens. This might be one of my favorite pages in the book, but also the least intimidating. So yeah, that is the Green Witch's coloring book. And then we have the Dungeon Meister Goblin quests by Jeff Aldrich and John Taylor, illustrated by Zachary Backus. So it's like an RPG fantasy adventure. Amie of Amie Ward Art has this book, and she has done a flip through, kind of an in-depth flip through. So I'm not going to do a full flip through, but I really think the art in this is cool, and it is quite detailed, but I love the fantasy RPG aspect of it. It's fun. Sorry. But the art is really cool. I like that it's inclusive. Sorry, I'm definitely getting a cold, and it is taking its sweet time coming on. So it's making me cough a little bit. These tavern pages was basically like, that was all I needed to see to know that I wanted the book, because I find there is a lack of pages or books that have images like this. So anyway, I think that's a fun book. Next is I got the Mythographic Shangrala by Alessandra Fusi. This one, I wasn't sure if I wanted it, because her other two ones, I mean, I have her other two ones, but you know, they are quite detailed. Detailed to the extent that I like have to hold it out way away from me to be able to see taking the image. This one is not like that at all. I think the images, they're still detailed, but it is much easier to see what you're looking at in this book. And I think the art is really beautiful. I think this is definitely my favorite of the three so far. I think it has all sorts of beautiful, beautiful art in it. So I'm happy to add this one to my mythographic collection. My very growing mythographic collection. So yeah, that one's nice. And then I got Crystal Kingdom. This one has been on my list for quite a while. Weronika Klinska. So I think this was her first book with Mythographic, and then she came out with the Mythical Beasts, which I really like that as well. Not everything is my favorite, but there's definitely enough that I like a lot in this book. You'd certainly get your practice coloring gems and crystals in this one. I think this page would be cool to try to color because of the beams. To do the light, it would be fun to try to maybe make it prismatic, like the rainbow colors, perhaps. Excuse me. And I think she's got sorry. I think she's got a new one coming out in November that is Rainbow Realms. So I'm looking forward to that one. I love this page. I saw somebody do that for the Mythographic Scavenger Hunt hashtag that Rachel Colors and Crafts and I are hosting. Excuse me. I'm going to take a drink. In September, we had stars, planets, and moons, and so somebody colored this one for the moon. It was so gorgeous. It might even be one of my favorite pages of the book. But so yeah, that's Crystal Kingdom by Weronika Klinska. So then the last one that's not the gory ones is Animorphia by Kirby Rosanis. So now this one, I have not wanted, never wanted it, never was interested in it. Out of all the Kirby Rosanis, this is the one that I was just like, no, it's not for me. But Kate, who is at Mahonia.com, not at Mahonia.com, at Mahonia Colors on YouTube, when she was doing her Space Timber videos and she showed Animorphia and I think Imagimorphia and showed her plans to add stuff in, and I thought that was such a cool idea. And also, if you have seen Amie Ward Art's Mythomorphia, she's got all sorts of like collage pages and art journal style pages. So basically, I bought this book inspired by those two, and I am going to make it basically like an art journal. I'm going to zoom you out a little bit here, and yeah, so I want to play with collage or different types of media, but to really experiment, because of course there's these kind of pages, right? I think one of these pages might have been one of the ones that like Amie might have used scrapbooking paper or something like that for the shapes of the whales. So that's what I'm thinking, is that I would like to play with adding things in, I don't know, adding stuff into the background, or you know, covering this up but maybe making something different. or yeah, I'm not sure. I'm going to basically take it one page at a time as it comes, as it feels like. I'm not in a rush to get to it, but basically that's what this is going to be, is this is going to be my kind of art journaling, mixed media type book. And I think even the ones that I might want to color, I have quite a few of the Kirby compilation books. So I think most of the ones like this, like these pages, I already have in one of the compilation books. So there's nothing that I actually need to color this page because it's a beautiful art and I want to color it. I already have it in one of my compilation books. So I can make literally every page art journaling type somehow. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm just going to do it as the inspiration hits me. I don't have any specific ideas at the moment. But that's my plan with that. So that is it for the non-gory ones. I'm just going to show real quick, if you are interested in seeing the gory ones, just to show you what they are. It's basically Dark Art, the first one by Francois Gauthier, Mythographic Vengeful Force by Shirley Carroll, Frozen Nightmares by Fabiana Attanasio, and Nightmare Cabaret by Fausto Bianchi. So I'll do a separate video for those, though, for those who want to see, get a little more of a mini flip of those books. So that's it. That's my book outlet haul. Tell me, what's your favorite book that I got? Do you have them? Have you seen them? Tell me if you're interested in a flip through of the Texas one. Like I said, I think I probably will do it. I'll double check that there's no flip throughs, but when I was looking for it, I didn't see any flip throughs. And so I feel like every book deserves to have a flip through so that we can check them out before we buy. So I'll probably do a flip through anyway. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sharing your time with me. And yeah, be kind to yourselves out there. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.